for the process of me putting on my foundation for my basic drag face. I do it more or less the same every time. This is me rubbing NYX primer all over my face. The color corrector was new for me this time. I was giving it a try. I had like 6 sessions of facial IPL a few years ago that got rid of most of my beard. I used to have like permanent 5 o'clock shadow, and now I have this, and it's coming through a little bit again. I'd like to have another couple of sessions, but that hasn't been in the cards. So I'm trying this color corrector from LA Girl. I think I got it at Target. My CVS has it as well. So I blended that out. A little bit definitely goes a long way, but it also started to set while I was doing that, so I moved quicker, I guess. And then I fully set it with the powder. Now I'm going in with Kryolan Super Colors in my foundation color. It's definitely lighter than my skin, obviously. I originally bought it to be like a mid-tone. Like I would use a foundation that was actually my skin tone, and then this, and then a highlight, and then a contour. And then I realized eventually one day I didn't have my skin tone foundation, and I just did it this way, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely wasting a step and money. I also didn't put any on my ears here because I was just recording to literally take photos in my kitchen, and did not feel like scraping foundation out of my ears for the next week. That's something I don't miss about working in drag continuously. It's just gross, but like you gotta put it on your ears. My look at those ears don't match, so you gotta put them on there. This is Clown White in Super Color, and I use it as my highlight because I am a translucent American. I'm just placing it in those highlighty areas. You've seen that before. You all have Instagram. I just kind of blend that out and like kind of start to create that like wingy shape by the corner of my eye with the highlight. Yeah, that. Blend out the forehead. It's not perfect yet because there's still so much more foundation to come. A little bit on the chin there, yeah, a little highlighty. And then Super Color for the contour. That's a new Sigma brush that I just got. I've never had Sigma brushes before, but I copped a good sale. And that Afterpay girl, so I have some nice brushes now. And I also got a bunch of brushes from Juvia's Place recently, and I really like them. You'll see a couple of them later. I'm just like contouring forehead, beige rainbow, pulling where I want my cheek contour to go, and I like kind of pat it out a little bit with what's on the brush just to like start the blend, and then I go with the Beauty Blender, the opposite side of the one that I used to put on the lighter color, and kind of just start blending that out. I kind of switch back and forth between the lighter side and the darker side to kind of get that blend on there, and that's where it starts to look more flesh toned. I'm not super concerned with the realism of it because I am a cartoon woman, a clown made of couch cushions. So as long as it looks good, you know. I zoomed the camera in a little bit more for this makeup video, and for when I remember, like just now, it looks a lot better. I like the way that my face is framed, except I kept putting my face out of the frame while I was doing this. I'm just using a angled brush and that contour color, kind of drawing out where I want my nose to be. This is like a process, like back and forth. Like there's no one and done for me. I will fuss with it forever. One of my theories of makeup, because, you know, I'm like Miss Fame or something, I don't know. One of my theories of makeup is that it's kind of like this push and pull between like areas of really sharp, intentional focus and softness. And I mean, like, it's not about realism for me. Some people want to look, you know, transformed into a different, like, human being, and like I said, clown made of couch cushions. I'm gonna start my eyebrows here with that same angled brush. and I'm using my contour color to draw these out. I didn't used to do it this way. I used to do them, well, I've done them a whole bunch of different ways, honestly. This is the way that I find is the quickest for me now, because I can even try to be a little brave and experimental with my eyebrow shape, and because I'm still doing it in the creams, it's really easy to erase and perfect and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really stuck with anything that I do for any length of time, and that's good, because you'll see that both of these eyebrows have very little relation to one another at the beginning of this video. That sorts itself out. So I just kind of blend the front of it a little bit in with that forehead color, but then also down with my nose contour, and then I take the clown white again and kind of firm out that highlight area underneath and clean up the bottom edge and try to make them match more. They get more matchy as time goes on. Because I knew I was doing a colorful look with this, I'd used a lot of white highlight here and blended that all out over the eye so that I'd have something underneath my colors to look a little bit brighter and stuff like that. I don't necessarily always do this. Usually it's just a clean up line, and then I kind of blend it out with the little mini beauty blender. Not the name brand one, the Real Techniques one. I'm not spending $20 for a sponge just to ruin it with clown makeup. Now I'm setting the highlight areas with Ben Nye Super White, which I'm almost out of, although not really. I have 2 tubs of it somewhere, but I have not seen them since I moved into my apartment a year ago, and I'm down to the last little bit that I had decanted. So I probably should go looking for those at some point. So I hit the highlights with those first, and then I do Coty Airspun, the classic. You all know it and love it. All over everything. I'm using Rosy Beige. I don't like translucent extra coverage because I feel like it flashes back in photos really bad, and I don't feel like the other photo or the other colors do that as much, and I'm definitely more on the pinky side. Yeah. And then I take this big fluffy brush and kind of load it up with a powder foundation or a finishing powder. I think that's a mineral powder from NYX there, and use that to dust everything off, but it kind of also leaves a homogenizing beigeness. And now I am using some taupe colored blush from NYX on a Juvia's Place fluffy fan brush that I just got, and I am obsessed with. I don't know that it necessarily does a fantastic job for how I'm using it here. It certainly did a fine job, but I love it nonetheless. And then I take one of these like kind of filbert style brushes, you know, like the flat, slightly rounded, kind of firm, maybe a little fluffy, and then use my contour colors, the beige NYX, and then I also have a darker sculpting powder from MAC that I use that has been with me for like 5 years and somehow is still holding on because I just need like a little bit of it, reinforcing that kind of under cheek color to kind of give it a little bit more roundness using that darker matte color. I think it's called Emphasize. I could be wrong. I probably should have looked that up. And then darkening the forehead, getting that beige rainbow full effect, giving a little bit more blendy, a little bit on the end of the nose. You know what people do. I really like this duo fiber brush from Sigma. I don't know what it's called. I'll look it up, I guess, for next time. Using a very bright pink blush that I got at Sephora. It's kind of similar to like Dolly Pop from Sugar Pill, maybe not as intense. Oh, and then there's eyebrows. It's a Morphe brush from like a rose gold set that they did with their like brush of the month club, which is a really, really great way to get new high quality brushes. I think it's usually a waiting list. I did it for like 2 years and got so many brushes, more than I need. I'm a brush hoarder. I really love brushes. I'm filling this in with like this kind of like saddle-y color. I think that's a Sugar Pill color. And then I go in with black just kind of on the end and like start blending those into each other. I think the best way to do any kind of like kind of a paired effect like your eyes or your eyebrows or any shit like that is to work on them a little bit at a time together and kind of just like keep bringing them to the same point. Not doing one entire one and then go to the other. I find when I do that I tend to end up with 2 different eyes or 2 different eyebrows. Look at how far I have leaned into being out of the frame. Oh, so easy. Taking a NYX eyebrow marker that I cannot find another one of. I have no idea where I got it. It definitely is NYX though, but it's not on their website or anything like that. And I like fill in those little hairs in the front. I don't know. Nobody thinks those are my real eyebrows. I just like to pretend. I like to clean up the bottom of the eyebrows like really sharp again, but I leave the top kind of soft. I guess that has like a natural look to it. I don't know. I'm sure I had a thought process the first time I did it and I just liked it. I just use a little bit more clown white there to clean that up and then I'm blending it out again. But this time I am going to set it using one of those flat packing brushes and the Shivering White from MAC. I have gone through a couple of those over the course of my drag career and I highly recommend them. Don't bother buying white eyeshadow, just buy one giant white eyeshadow from MAC. You can get, it's a pro product, but you can get it on their website. They ship pretty quickly. Just kind of cleaning up. Yeah, you can figure that out. Yeah, those are my eyebrows done. That's the face. That's what it looks like. That's me. A beautiful contoured egg who really has a blush problem. It's not a problem. I can stop anytime. Thanks for watching.